All right. Friday strength, Saturday TBC, and Sunday hybrid. Just knock them all out. Friday strength, that is our wolf timer. That's like 50 seconds of work for 3 rounds, back and forth between two movements. Again, tried to do more agonist supersets, so you're hitting the same muscle group twice in a row. Back and forth, really look for some fatigue and burnout. The way I explained it to my class on Tuesday is like, hey, if you need a break, take a break. You're allowed to. Nobody's gonna fight you in the parking lot if like you're burning out and you need a second. Try to take it more in the middle of the round if you can, instead of quitting early. But if they need it at the end, they need it at the end. Whatever. Moving on. Let's get to work. So we've got our hip thrusts to start. Friday is more of a hinge and press focus. So they will take their weight, they'll set it on their hips. Up on their hips. Remember, when they sit up, they want to be as like vertical up against the bench as they can. Elbows out to the side, plant the feet so that as they come down, they're able to lift their shoulder blades off, bring their butt to the floor, drive up, lay back flat, make yourself into a table, right back down, kind of pivoting against the bench instead of, what a lot of people like to do where they place their head, their shoulders, and then they just kind of up and down, arching their spine. You want to pivot through the shoulder blades on the bench. After that, tier 2 would just be either body weight or a normal bridge on the floor. But after that, we're going to go for a donkey kick, laying yourself down into like a tabletop position. Hook it into the crook of your knee, drive up and out, squeeze through that hamstring, that glute to bring your leg up, and right back down to the floor. If they're having a hard time with the dumbbell, have them grab a band and wrap it between their knees, and then to give them that same resistance on the way back. After that, we are going to the straps for some tricep extensions and chest press, not in that order. Excuse my foot placement as I do this. There's a rope right underneath me. Chest press on the way down, full stretch at the bottom, drive out and in. Look to really take those elbows together at the top of the rep to target those pecs. After that, we're going to go for that tricep extension. Bend at the elbows again. Forgive my foot placement. We know they shouldn't be like this. We know feet should be together. But arms out at that high shelf. See if I can find a spot. High shelf. Bend, bring it to your forehead. Push right back out. Try to keep those shoulders kind of locked in place so that my arms aren't swinging back and forth. It is just that skull crusher motion where my elbow is doing all the movement. After that, we got a kickstand RDL, as well as a single leg bridge hold. Whew. Kickstand RDL, one foot in front of the other. Heel to toe is how I like to set people up. The big thing that we want to look for is knees are going to be next to each other at the start. A lot of people do it with their feet way back, like way far apart, and they try to hinge. And there's not much range of motion. You're kind of already getting yourself into that stretch, so it's this tiny little movement. Closer they are together, it's giving you less support on the way back in terms of of supporting your low back, taking some of the stress off of that. But it really allows you to target that one leg, really get nice and deep, and squeeze through that working hamstring. Gives you more range of motion, less support in the sense that it's now more unilateral than it was before, and really just let it suck a little bit more. So make sure we're starting knees in line with each other, heel to toe, and lift that back foot up so it can move as needed. After that, though, we go for a single leg bridge hold. Lay it down, weight on your waist. Knees are in line. This is the big thing I want to talk about. Just like we said, knees in line before, knees in line for this one. Lift, hold for the whole 50. It's going to suck. Their hamstrings, their hips, their glutes, everything's going to be on fire. But again, focus, knees are level. It shouldn't be way up into the sky. Keep the core engaged, keep the hips level, keep everything working as it's flat. Last one, last set is shoulders. We've got our reciprocating overhead press and that banded lateral raise. Elbows not out to the side, little in front, a little more relaxed. From there, one goes up, one stays down. I switch them back and forth, keeping my core engaged. One arm is at the bottom, one arm's at the top, and it's not up and down and up and down. They move together, but opposite. Keep the core engaged to keep your spine nice and straight as you're doing so. Last movement is that banded lateral raise. Put your foot or feet, plural, in the band. Drive up and out, right back into the middle. It is the same exact arm position as our normal dumbbell lateral raise. I don't want to be straight to the side. Slight bend in the arm, up slightly in front, kind of making that nice, like, I don't know why, everything's been like a banana shape to me lately. Anything it's slightly curved. And making that slight like banana shape out of your arms, where it's not straight, it's kind of all coming into the middle a little bit more to keep that shoulder nice and safe. Cool. Done with strength. Moving on to our TBC for Saturday. I think a lightning timer. Only had to write the one, so my brain is kind of pulling a blank on all the information for it. Lightning timer, whatever that is, it'll be on the sheet. But it's 8 exercises, 2 halves, 2 stations, 4 movements per station. We'll start with our bench hop down from a plank. I can get a good angle here. From a plank, hips nice and straight. Drop down, right back up. Non-stop movement. Feel free to have them tap instead, or we can lower that bench for the same up and down or the same back and forth, whatever the client needs in the moment. After that, we're going for thrusters. Full squat to an overhead. From here, all the way down, all the way up, non-stop. There should never be a moment, in theory, hopefully, where they're like stopping, pausing, taking a second. You want their whole body going up and down non-stop the entire time, however long it is. Tier 2 is going to be that push press instead, kind of reduce our range of motion. Pop squat, just back and forth. A little bit easier than the one they just did, but still keeping the legs moving. And we finish with our squat to toss. Down, up with a little bit of oomph to catch. Gives them that second at the top to pause. Make sure they're catching it and not just biffing and knocking out teeth, breaking noses and stuff. Nice and light, nice and careful. Stay safe. Other side, we got bites to start. Pretty straightforward there. We are going for a rope jump slam. As always, make sure there is a little bit of slack in your rope. I'll go this way. Think normal rope slam. All the way up, rip it down, but add in a jump at the top. Down, up, slam, up, slam. Giving you a little more up and a little more down. Everything you got, that should be the hardest station over here. So we'll follow it up with our bicycles. A little more easy, a little more relaxed. Lay it down, pull through your core, elbow to knee, back and forth, keeping the shoulder blades pulled up, pulling through your obliques. Last one, sumo squat to squat jump. Feet nice and wide, sumo squat. It'll start on the floor. Pick it up, set it down, jump, pick it up, jump, pick it up, jump. If it's in your hands, you're setting it down and jumping. If it's not, you're picking it up and squatting. Getting tired. It's too late at night to be doing this. Last section, hybrid on Sunday. Got our flat bench chest press and our upright row as our 2 strength movements. Flat bench, lay it down, forearms are vertical, tuck those shoulder blades in, all the way down, all the way up. Focus on a good, heavy lift. It's only gonna be like 8 or 10 reps. Push it to the limit, earn some rest over and over again. They are probably not going to be lifting their absolute heaviest because 50 reps in 5 minutes is a lot. So instead of thinking like 100%, think like 80 to 85%, and then they should really be feeling it by the end. Cool. Upright row, take with the kettlebell. If they want dumbbells, they're more than welcome to grab dumbbells instead if there is enough around the room. But from the waist up to the collarbone, really squeeze your back, your shoulder blades together, your shoulders up to get everything where it belongs. Remember, it's not a shrug. I'm not bringing it up this way. I'm bringing the elbows up and out, almost trying to push my shoulders down and back as I go to keep that good posture. Cool. Cardio for our hybrid. We got our speed skaters and our Spider-Man push-ups on our first side of the rope. Speed skater is that nice big lateral bound. Load up, explode, side to side, land soft. Your legs work like springs, remind your members of that, so if they can compress a little bit more, they should be able to explode a little bit farther. Not only is that one about the consistent movement, but it's about how much power you can generate, how far you can jump. The more you do so, higher the heart rate goes. Have fun. Spider-Man push-ups. Drop it down. As you move into the bottom of that push-up, you bring the knee up to the elbow. Back and forth. Knee to elbow, like I said, at the bottom of the rep. Up to your hand, wherever you can get it. At the bottom, though. That's the thing that people struggle with. You're going to see a lot of people do their push-up, whatever. Bring it up, push up, bring it up. Try to bring it all together at the bottom of the rep to make that core work a little bit harder. Whew. Last two. Reach and rotate. On straps. Power pull, whatever we call it. Words, they're all the same thing. Lean yourself back. On the strap. Nice and straight. As low as you can go. Rotate down. That is a little too low for me and a little too far for the camera. Lean yourself back. Hands to the floor. Feet together. Reach up. Right back down. Try to do so with a sense of urgency. Remember, it's not scooping down this way. Open that hand up. Pull it in almost like we're doing a fly with that arm. So it's that big open, big close, not a scoop this way. Try to keep yourself as straight as long as you can. Last one is our kettlebell burpee. Take your 2 kettlebells. Every hybrid's had a burpee, I had to throw it on. Drop, kick, up, drive, down, boom. Using the blue and up for safety reasons, make sure they don't roll. Up, boom. See how many reps they can get out. We're not looking for a push-up. I don't want them to stop and try and stabilize and rep it out. Just the in and out, up and down, without having to stop in the middle. If they can do the push-up fast, if you've got a Bob or a Pat who can just rep it out and move straight up, cool, have fun. But I'm not worried about that. I just want the non-stop movement. Cool. Questions, let me know. Other than that, you guys have some fun coaching it.